Hey guys, welcome back to your next class of Catalyst concepts. Um, we'll continue today with the same chapter that we started, and that is work and energy. Okay. To recap what we have done so far, we looked at what exactly is the definition of work, right? We saw work is nothing but when uh, an amount of energy is used to create some sort of a displacement in an object, right? That is the definition that we studied yesterday, right? So like we said, the two components needed are energy is being transferred, basically some sort of force is being used, and uh, some displacement is happening, right? Some movement is happening, the object is supposed to move. Okay, so let's take a very simple example over here, and from there we'll try to define this work in more physical terms, as in physics, right? How do we measure this work? So let's imagine, like, say, a brick. Okay, you know what a brick is, right? Or just a block of wood. Okay, so right now this brick is over here, right? What I want to do is I want to push this brick till here. Okay, I want to push this brick in such a way that it reaches this position over here. All right. Now, how can I move a brick? Obviously, I need to push it with my hands or with some object, right? In the process of pushing, am I not using force, right? I'm using muscular energy, and I'm putting muscular force to push a brick, right? As simple as that. Okay. Now, in which direction will I push the brick? Obviously, I'll put my hand here and then I will push it like this, right? From there, it will go all the way like that, move all the way and reach here. Correct. Now, let's say that I'm using some force F. Okay, I don't know how much force I'm putting. So let's just call it F for now. Okay. Now, when I use the force F, the brick has moved all the way from here till here. So how much distance has it moved? Okay, what is the displacement as we call it? If you remember, we studied about distance and displacement, right? Displacement is nothing but the difference between the first and the last position. Okay, so if this is the first position, see, if I'm looking at the front part of the brick over here for now. Okay, so it has moved from here all the way till here. This is the front part of the brick for me, right? So this whole distance is nothing but my displacement. Okay, all the way from here to here, right? So I know that my F is nothing but my force and S is nothing but my displacement. Okay, it is not D, it is S. Okay. So how much work is done to move this brick from here to here? That is a question that I am asking. Okay. And that's the answer that we are going to get today. Okay. Since work is dependent on both of this force and displacement, we'll say that work, or W, equals to force into displacement. Okay, if I multiply the force that is being applied on the object into the displacement created by the on the object, then I will get my work value. Okay, so again I'll repeat, since work is based on how much force or energy is, obviously when you use force, energy is used, and how much distance it moves, what is the displacement of it. If I multiply the force and displacement, I will get the amount of work done to move that object. Okay, very simple formula. Now, we know F is force, S is displacement, but what are the units? Right? For example, if I ask for a height, you'll tell me that my height is what, 4 feet, 5 feet, something, right? Or 5 foot 10 inches, something like that, right? Those units are necessary whenever you talk about any physical aspect. So what exactly is the unit for force? Not force, work, right? For that, first we need to discuss what are the units for force and what are the units for displacement. Okay, now we know force is measured in newtons. Okay, this is something you must have learned in the previous lessons, right? Force is a quantity that is measured in newtons. Okay, displacement is nothing but distance, right? If it's like length, then we can simply call it meters, like 1 meter, 2 meter, whatever it is, right? So in a way, I can say that the unit for work will be newtons into meters, right? Because the F part will be in newtons, the S part will be in meters. So I can say that the unit of work equals to Newton meter, Newton dash meter, N dash M. Newton short form is capital N, meter short form is small m. Okay. So Newton meter is the unit of work. But is there a single alphabet rather than putting two different alphabets with a dash? Right? There is. So this Newton meter is nothing but what we call as joule. Okay. Joule. Okay. Joule is nothing but Newton per meter. Okay. So if I say that I use 1 Newton force to move an object for 1 meter, my answer will be 1 Newton meter. Okay. So 1 joule is nothing but 1 Newton meter. If you use 1 Newton of force to move an object by 1 meter, you're saying that 1 joule of work is done. Okay. So joule is nothing but Newton meter. Units of work is joule. That's what you need to take away from here. All right. Now, where exactly we are going to be able to use this? We are going to be getting sums going forward in which you're going to use this formula and simply solve it. Okay. So unit of all these things we know. Now, let's try to look at, if you remember, we had one very important definition when I talked about work, right? We said that work is said to happen only if either there is a force or there is a displacement. If one of these things is not there, then work does not happen. Okay. So let's try to look at these two cases and then we'll see why exactly that is. Okay. Now, work is nothing but F into S. Okay. Let's look at the first case where force equals to 0. Okay, when there is no force being applied. Okay, if that is the case, I'll say W equals to 0 into S. Right. Right now, when I'm multiplying it with 0, it does not matter what the value. It doesn't matter because 0 into 100 is still 0. Right. So in that sense, can I say 0 into S is 0? Right? 0 joules. J is nothing but the unit. If you see, when there is no force, if I try to calculate the amount of work done, it is coming as 0. Okay. And 0 means therefore no work is done. Okay. That is why we say that force is necessary or else work cannot be done. Let's try to look at the other example also. When displacement equals to 0, basically when the body is not moving or doesn't change its position. Okay, you'll have something similar. W equals to F into S, right? Wherein we have some force, but S value is 0. So doesn't matter what the F value is, anything into 0 is going to give me 0. So my work done is 0 joules, right? So therefore, again, no work is done because the total value is 0, right? So this is a mathematical way to show about what we studied yesterday, that when either the force or the displacement is missing, then the work is not done. Okay, so yeah, that's it for today. We will stop right here. Tomorrow when we come back, we are going to look at certain examples of what numericals can look like. They're very simple. There are only 3 variables: work, force, and displacement. Any one will be missing, you'll have the other 2. You just need to find the missing one. Okay, easy peasy. Just to recap what we looked at today, we looked at what is the formula for calculating work, what is the unit for work, and how did we get that unit. Okay, by taking the units of force and displacement. Okay, and then we also looked at examples of why, when there's no force or there's no displacement, why do we say that there is no work done, right? Okay, so that's it for now. I'll see you again in the next class, and then we'll just proceed from there. All right, thank you so much.